today's video I'll be talking about the monsters in Pillar Chase. But this time I'll talk about how strong they are, how viable they are. If y'all don't know, a lot of monsters got nerfed and buffed, reworked even, so the meta has changed a lot. So I will help you abuse the strong monsters before they get nerfed to the ground. All of my words are factual. Any arguments against my ranking in the comments, you will be shocked. Hey, remember when Vapor was the worst character in the game? Neither did I. Vapor has been tweaked a lot. He now deals 80 damage, basically bone breaking the survivors, but he's still not faster than the survivors, and his demonic shift got a big buff, now being faster to activate and giving a 2-second speed boost, which may not sound much, but it is. And it's a indirect buff to his playstyle, which is using Spider Skull, waiting, then using demonic shift, and getting a free kill. Even with the rework, she has such a horrible stamina regen, low damage, her sprint speed is high. She's still mid. Her demonic shriek, instead of draining people's stamina, it just blinds them. Like, I guess makes their screen blurry to be specific. And you regain stamina depending on how many players you hit. Sightless Essence is... it's a trash ability, bro. Like, Rosemary is only good in small maps. Any big maps, she will most definitely struggle on. Also, she is still loud. Ione has gotten no balance changes. He still has his shapeshift ability, making him as fast and have the same stamina drain as the survivor, so it's a very good tool to catch up to any survivor, and it makes you quiet. And the Ione vision, making you regain stamina and have X-ray, no downsides. I think he's the only monster that didn't get any balance changes, or maybe once or twice. And he's still pretty good. Yes, his cooldowns are pretty high, but reasonable.
You got me.
I believe fogborn to be pretty balanced. His foggy stare is literally avoidable by staring at the ground, unless if someone triggers it and you get targeted. Well, that's a you problem. But still, you could juke him in his chase mode. It's not the easiest, but you still can. His thunder rope gives you enough time to react to him. High stamina drain. Yes, he will catch up to you soon and get 1 or 2 hits, but his hitbox for some reason is only active in his first swing, and he's the only monster that can't M1 while sprinting. What I mean by that, if you're walking and M1 in the animation, if you try to run, you can't, and he has a long ass animation for some goddamn reason.
Oh.
Also for EXE, he got 2 buffs, him being faster and reduced his stamina, and him being able to place infinite traps, which is not much since it has a 5-second cooldown, and his 2 slow is still the same really. Dealing 50 damage is just that he's very map dependent. But with these recent buffs, he went from B+ to an A- or even A tier at sometimes. He's more reliant on himself rather than his traps, which is a step in the right direction, I would say.
Yo sé que te gusta verme, J. Carlos. Yo sé que te gusta verme como lo amo, J. Carlos. A ti, man, tú jame que me jame la tía, hermano. Jame,
Honestly, Baldi has been always mid. He's the most mid monster in the entire game. He's the worst in early games with his dog shit speed, and his abilities that are so... they're so bland. He has no way of catching up to any survivors, giving the survivors the time of their lives, finishing their objectives, and he still takes 20 or more seconds to kill a good player where they know how to manage their stamina. And there could be up to 50 survivors now.
It's time to have some fun with Uncle Samson.
This may sound fucking crazy and I may sound some schizopatient or some delusional guy, but Nix was right. Uncle Samsonite is balanced. I mean, like, he's good. Yes, his dance-off has a short-ass range, but combined with his domain traversal, which is a key to every Uncle Samsonite main, which is gambling. Being the best at early games, since most of the time you'll teleport on top of players, and he has a confirmed kill. Look at this. And if you use your domain traversal twice in a row, you teleport to the same spot where you used it, so you could get those dirty fucking corners. So abuse it while you can. Ah yes, the most glazed monster by the goddamn devs, even Blade Ninja glazes him. He got nerfed. And Blade Ninja was like, "Ah no, MX is now balanced? You can't survive with him easily? I can't do that." Then Blade Ninja proceeds to give him the biggest buff, giving him the ability to turn while using charging demise. He is fast, he deals 70 damage, and a spammable ability called Pow Hop with a 10-second cooldown. And the devs glaze him with the amount of skins he has. MashaAllah. Yeah, this bitch is still a top tier. He got some nerfs and buffs. I honestly forgot what they are, but definitely nerfs and buffs. His glitching blitz is a goddamn sniper, dealing a burst damage of 22, so 2 shot and you're bone broken. Her lurking facade now is harder to avoid since they turn way faster than before, and the speed boost he gets when someone gets caught in it, it's a game changer honestly. You're faster than the survivor in this duration. She has everything, a sonic tool, good damage, being the quietest character in the game honestly, since he's floating. Weird yellow smiling thing. Yes, he did get a buff, but our glorious King Blade Ninja has decided to nerf him as well. So he really didn't get a buff. Yes, he's a 3-shot monster now, but he doesn't bone break anymore. His gobble bombs are now less effective. Most people are not gonna be bone broken anymore. They're only good if you surprise a survivor because it's so slow and so predictable. And his frenzy makes him louder in general, so he is much easier to avoid. The only thing that's holding him up this high, yes, this high, shift tapping.
Always come back.
I'm gonna be the one to cover Springtrap. He's the second slowest character in the game next to Vapor. He has plenty of abilities for him to catch up to survivors, like Ventilation Air, making you the same speed as survivors, if you don't have the X of course, makes you regenerate stamina overall, and blinding survivors. And his Phantom Staff, you don't lose stamina when using it, neither you regain any. Fearful effect, making the survivors be 2-shot if you touch someone with it. It's his only ability to highlight players. This ability is very spammable, so you don't have to wait for the right moment to use it. And next is Axe Throw. You aim where Springtrap is facing, not with your cursor, mind you. And it comes out pretty fast for an ability that does 75 damage. When you don't have the axe, you have an ability replacing it. Mechanical Slam. It deals 40 damage when you hit it. It can follow up with another M1 guaranteeing a bone break, hitting them with a Mike Tyson combo, but the cutscene of him actually using it is pretty slow. I'd like to thank Snowy Flaky for getting me into this video. Now can you please let me sleep?
Ah yes, the man in the suit. He's pretty solid. He used to be the fastest character in the game until fucking PCX came along. Low stamina, low damage, doesn't have any X-ray abilities. He instead has really good hearing. He has a really good leap ability. If you get caught by it 9 times out of 10, you're dead, since you will have the acid debuff and the niloticus will be at full stamina, and you can regain any stamina in that animation as a survivor, making you take double damage. His sulfuric acid does increase the timer for some reason, so you should definitely spam the ability, and he's a good dog. He got a harsh ass nerf. Damn, Blade Ninja. I was thinking about giving him an A-, but I changed my mind. His Elder Ascension got absolutely molested. Reduced duration and Habibi bet. He still attacks fast as hell. Even with the nerf, his animal instincts is still really good. Being able to two-hit any survivor and bone break them with the crazy bleed debuff. He has good stats and all, but there's one thing that really counters him. You're right, a flashlight. Let me quiz y'all killer chasers. Out of these choices that made Fuwatti broken, which one do you think our glorious king Blade Ninja chose? That's right, fucking none of it! None of it! He nerfed his damage, now he's a 4-shot monster, but you still have your fucking silly rush. And his stamina has been reduced from 100 to 95, but you still have your fucking silly rush. Being the slowest character in the game and only having one ability to traverse with, which has a long ass cooldown for some reason, and his ink puddles got a big nerf. It has a duration now. 40 seconds? Something like that, so it doesn't like stay forever. It may seem like a big nerf and... yeah, it is. And his Devil's Rage, I mean, it's it's a good ability. He's just too goddamn slow. Like, why is he 16 sprint speed? Just give him 17, he's still gonna be the slowest. He's just too map dependent. Never in my life I ever seen his stamina drop below 30. Watch next video if you want to know what he does, cause I do not want to play PCX. I hate his design, his gameplay. Why the fuck did they give him a domain? Want to clarify stuff with PCX and this playstyle. Him draining stamina per ability and regenerating stamina if he lands. So you're telling me, if I land my abilities, I will succeed on winning the game? Damn bro, that's crazy. Also, you saying but missing one of them greatly punish you is just as dumb as people saying buff MX. So in conclusion, use MX, Force King, Fuwatti to win games. Thanks for watching, it's been your man Snowy, and this has been another TIERLIST video. Give me your money.